Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and before I get too far into it, I do want to say that I'm still congested, so bear with me, and when this video goes live, I will be live on Twitch, so please come check that out. There will be a link in the description. Today I'm going to be talking about how to properly practice, and there's three main parts of practice, well, things that you can practice. So it's going to be your movement, your map knowledge, and your aim. Now, most everybody just thinks of aim as the main thing that they have to practice, and everything else will kind of come with time. That's not true at all. You can see high-level people with like great aim that have like horrible movement, such as War Owl. There was just something always off about the way that he played, that he plays whenever you would watch his videos, in my opinion at least, and it's just his movement. And it's a low level movement. It's not fluid. It's kind of just like point shooting, you know, stop, point, flick. Stop, flick, shoot, whatever the fuck it is. You can tell. So you do want to dedicate some time to your movement, and that's what I'm doing right now. Usually I would get into a KZ server or this surf server and listen to a podcast for, I don't know, like half an hour, depending on how I'm feeling that day. Another thing that you can practice is map knowledge. Now, the normal way that I practice map knowledge, and let's actually do this real quick. Let's go disconnect. My tick rate's going to be 102.4 instead of 128. You hate to see that, so we're going to go map, D Mirage, okay? And by just jumping into an offline map, now I do have a warm-up execute file set up, and I do have a video on how to do that, so let's do execute warm-up, and this will set everything to what I need it to be. It will set lines on the smokes that I throw so I can see if they land properly, and so this is really great, especially for for me, I know an above average amount of smokes on Mirage, and just so I can make sure that I practice all of them and remember all of them, this is a great tool. So doing this does count as like learning map knowledge. You can watch a video and then try to replicate all these smokes, or you can, in my case, what I do most of the time, try to figure out pop flashes and smokes for yourself. And that's all of my videos have been like smokes that I've found myself. Besides like the normal fucking CT smokes and jungle smokes, the rest of them have been smokes that I found out by myself, and I put it into a video. So you can learn map knowledge like that. You can also, there's actual practice maps. I don't want to load into one right now, but there's actual practice maps for learning how to pre-fire. So there will be bots in every place that you have to pre-fire. So if I'm coming out A, there's going to be a bot there, bot top stairs, bot here, bot right side triple, left side triple, close here, one headshot like close here, left side default, right side default, in firebox. Look, I got my fans. No, that's a stink. So there's maps that you can practice with that. I do suggest going in there at least, like, if you don't want to play a matchmaking game, or you don't want to play any sort of competitive game because your aim's just not there, do like half an hour of that. The amount of stuff that you can learn from just doing a pre-fire map can help you immensely, and it's completely underrated in my opinion. And now to get into the actual meat of the video, aim practice. Everybody loves aim practice because it's the one thing that everybody thinks about that's going to make them extremely better, especially when they hit about the Gold Nova 2 rank, the high silver ranks. They're like, man, I understand how to play the game, and I understand it enough that I know that my aim's shit, and that's holding me back. And in most cases, it is holding people back. So when finding a deathmatch server, I usually stay between 15 and 18 players on the server. Any more than that, and you're just gonna like get spawn killed. You're not really getting good practice. Even less than that, it's totally cool. Let's see, none of these are open. That's fine. I was gonna jump into one, but I don't care if I don't have to jump into one. But so deathmatch servers are always great. Lots of people at the lower levels, they're like, hey, I just deathmatched for an hour, for 2 hours straight. I jumped into a game and I was missing all my shots. What's going on? Do I just suck? Is there something wrong with me? No, you're just practicing improperly. You'd never want to deathmatch for over half an hour and then jump into a game. That's stupid. because by the time you jump into the game, you've been hardcore shooting for half an hour. You don't even you don't try that hard in an actual competitive game. You're not like constantly killing people that fast in an actual competitive game, so you're going to be completely worn out mentally and physically, and then you're jumping into a competitive mode and you expect to do well. It's just, no. If you do want to play a matchmaking game or a competitive game and you want to warm up beforehand, I would suggest maybe 15 minutes max on DM or 15 minutes Aimbots. It's the same thing. Let's jump into a Aimbots. So Aimbots, it's good if you want to work on your muscle memory. It's not good if you want to get a good feeling for the gun, if that makes sense. So for example, I would never do just Aimbots before a competitive game, just because it really only works on, that's a bit loud to be honest, it really only works on muscle memory. It doesn't work on shooting people in live time, especially like actual people that have movement, well, different movement than just standing still. And even with like this kind of stuff, the bot's shaking back and forth here, this is still not human movement. You're never gonna see anything like that in an actual competitive mode. So Aimbots is great if you want to work on like your flicks. And what I normally do here, let's get the S out. I normally get up close and like try to flick over, and obviously I play on a low sense, so you just heard me smacking at my keyboard, but like learning how to flick properly, that's always good. And like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes of that, and do that consistently every day, you're gonna get better at it, and hit things more consistently. But so for a deathmatch server, you have people jumping around. I'd only do 15 minutes of that max if you're about to play a competitive game. If you're really not feeling it, go do some sort of movement, go do some sort of map knowledge practice, and then maybe jump back into deathmatch. But again, if you're not moving it, well, feeling it, nobody's forcing you into playing a competitive game. Just remember that if you don't want to play competitive, don't play competitive. Lots of people will go in there, hey, I'm having an off day, so sorry guys. No, just don't play. If you do decide that you don't want to play a matchmaking or a competitive, or you predetermine that it's not even based off of that you're not feeling it, maybe you just don't have the time, I would just jump into a deathmatch server, listen to a podcast in the background, and just play. It's pretty easy just to do that. I know that a couple days, like, I don't want to play. I just don't want to play a competitive game. I'll just DM for like an hour straight, go take a break because my arm starts to hurt, and not like I don't have carpal tunnel or anything, but I'm more of a like shoulder aimer than a wrist aimer. So like my shoulder will start to get a little sore because I've been doing constant DM for an hour straight. That's pretty reasonable. And so I'll go take a break, go do something else, and then come back maybe 3 hours later and do it again. And after a day of doing this, you're not gonna improve. Okay, you have to do this for like very consistently. You have to do this for months on end to get good. Like, people expect to get good at this game very fast. I have 2,000 hours, over 2,000 hours on this game. I'm shit. Like, it takes no time at all for me, for like my muscle memory, not to reset, but for me to lose the polish on it. Like, I took a vacation for a week, and after that, I would not have been able to hit that in 100 tries. But it took me about 5 days now to really get back into it, playing every day, and I'm able to hit that again. So it's just, you have to do it consistently. You can't expect immediate results. I think that's about it. I hope I covered everything. If not, I'll make a follow-up video to this and hopefully get everything covered. So thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good day, and come check out my stream, please.